Hey buddy, it's Invicta. It's time for Tainted Random Run Day here in the Binding of Isaac Victa Repentance series. Oh man, we did get another video crossing 3,000 likes, and I'm also really happy and excited to announce the next like streak goal, which is going to be a reaction video to the first Rebirth run I've ever done. Now, I talked about this on stream a couple of days ago, and I was surprised to learn that I only did a reaction video to my very first ever Isaac run. I never actually talked about Rebirth. So I figured, why not? This would be a lot of fun. Something a little bit different. Obviously, it's not a themed run or a tier list or anything like that, but I think a lot of people enjoyed my first initial reaction video that I did to the very first ever Isaac run I ever did. So this one should be a lot more entertaining because obviously more people are way more familiar with Rebirth than they were with Vanilla. So thank you all very much for the support. We're already on the way to 180 on the like streak goal. Here's your artwork of the day submitted here by Octo Brother. Title of thread was Traditional Sinvicta Logo. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love this sort of sideways portrait style. It just looks so awesome. It reminds me of the art style from the game that I played a while ago called Death and Taxes. So really love the clean lines, the really clean shading. Awesome stuff, Octo Brother. Keep it up, and thank you very much for spending the time to make an awesome submission. Here we go. Random Tainted Run Day. Let's see what we got going on today, and it's going to be Tainted Maggie again. Kung Fu Master, she's back. Seed day is going to be 3-6 Juliet Mike. Charlie, Juliet, 0, lots of Juliets. Also with Curse of the Lost. So we got Tainted Maggie. Again, we played her not that long ago, and I do like playing as Tainted Maggie. I think that she is a fun character, but we've talked about it as well, that she's not exactly what I would say is endgame viable, in my opinion. I think that she suffers a lot from the simple fact that she does not have any real use for her passive after a certain point in a run. And what I mean by that is that you have to have a lot of HP forgiveness in order for her to really stand the test of time. You know, whenever damage ramps up to 1 full heart of damage when you're running around and giving the lethal hugs and that sort of thing, it can become very, very dangerous in a hurry. And that's really where Tainted Maggie kind of starts to falter a little bit for me. But I do still think that she is... I figured I'd try that. I do think that she's still a lot of fun to play. She's definitely unique. She's not as dynamic as the Tainted Keeper is, obviously. But, you know, there's some similarities to Tainted Keeper and Tainted Maggie. And I like her. I do like playing as Tainted Maggie. She's got a lot of a fun potential. But the biggest criticism that I've seen, and I also kind of levy against her, is the fact that she does kind of turn into just a regular Isaac character after a certain point, just because of how dangerous it is to use her passive. And, you know, and sort of like conga lining into enemies is not necessarily great. But what I will say is that she does scale very, very, very well with damage. Obviously, she has a very good amount of healing that you can get with her, and look at that, we get some movement speed, so very nice. Yeah, I thought the super secret room was here. And sure, we'll take Isaac's head. I will go grab the soul heart. Soul heart won't start bleeding yet, and we'll take the horse pill just because. We'll head on down. Good start. Yeah, I'm a fan. You could say I'm a fan of Tainted Maggie. I do like characters that provide sort of like a uniqueness to their play style and their builds, and I think that Tainted Maggie, she does a lot of things that what I would consider to be as unorthodox in terms of ways that she delivers her damage, but still, you know, with her passive and the way that it works, I think that it's pretty neat. And you know, with a build like this one we got right now with Vengeful Soul, we have the ability to sort of get more whenever we take damage. It's kind of like if we have like Lusty Blood or Bloody Gust. No, sorry, not Lusty Blood. I mean, Lusty Blood would be great, but Bloody Lust is what I'm talking about. Oh, we failed picking up some of those hearts. That's okay. You know, man, we're getting a lot of use out of Dad's Key. Starter deck wouldn't be too bad. Obviously, we don't really want to take Devil Deals here. Oh, baby. Okay, so got ourselves a lot of red hearts, but unfortunately, I don't know if there's going to be a sack room or not on this floor. So you might notice that we are constantly losing health, and that is due to the fact that that's just how Tainted Maggie works. She will continue to bleed down to 2 hearts, no more, no less. So I had that on lockdown. Oh, we picked up a soul heart. Okay, so we got to protect the soul heart here, but yeah, I do think that with this current build, man, we really need starter deck. No, I guess we don't really need starter deck, and I don't want to go in the curse room because I don't want to get teleported to the devil deal. There's 1 angel deals. Another thing to kind of keep in mind with that as well is the fact that we do have that Eternal Heart, and you really want to get a lot of red hearts on Maggie. As that is her at her most powerful, is when she's super tanky, and you can just plow into enemies and just deal tons and tons of damage. And something that I talked about earlier. Oh wow, Isaac's Fork's gonna be huge too. Something I touched on earlier is that, you know, she, with her damage scaling, any damage upgrade that you get is really, really, really strong. We're talking like Mom's Knife-esque like levels of scaling, and that's really important to remember because Maggie does not have really any other ways to deal damage other than like your regular tiers. And that again goes back to what we talked about earlier, which is that the biggest criticism of her is just that she just turns into a normal Isaac run with, like, you know, less than stellar stats towards the end. But the potential is there. If you get a lot, and I mean a lot of damage early on, plus combined with a lot of red heart HP, you're going to find yourself just absolutely destroying the game. And that's when Tainted Maggie is at her most fun, in my opinion anyway. There we go. Get a little bit of extra damage there. And we got teleported to the Angel deal, which has Dead Sea Scrolls. All right. Right, probably shouldn't have taken that actually because we're gonna lose it. Well, the only reason why I decided to take that was because I didn't know. Obviously, we're not guaranteed to get back into the Angel deal, and now we know what's in there, so we actually are incentivized to not. We don't want an Angel deal here. So what we could do is we could intentionally throw the Angel deal. Which isn't a bad idea because, again, we don't care about Dead Sea Scrolls, so I use Dad's key here just to get into Eoldi shop, Eoldi tienda. 9 volt. I mean, 9 volt's fine. It doesn't really help us with Dad's key necessarily, but it will help us with, like, if we end up getting like something like Book of Shadows, which would be amazing for the secret room. I am happy that we did get a Tears Up. Yeah, I think throwing the Angel deal is actually probably a pretty good idea. I don't know if... I don't think I ever have taken Echo Dama on Maggie before. We're going to take it now, though. So why would we want to throw the Angel deal? Why would we deliberately lose the Angel deal? Well, the idea is simple. We already have been into the Angel deal. We know that it's not going to be worth it for us. And we would much rather get an Angel deal where it's going to be worth our while to get in there than waste the possible good Angel deal luck on a devil deal or an Angel deal that we've already been into. Does that make sense? Look at that. We actually healed with Isaac's Fork. I love that. Champion Chub. Did use Yum Heart there. You might notice that Yum Heart does indeed heal us with double the amount of healing. And look at that. We get ourselves pretty much one of the top tier items in Old Bandage. We're just moving right along here. So going over to last week's question of the episode. Okay, so we have ourselves some flying now on top of having Revelation, which is great. But going to last week's question of the episode, which was the Tainted Keeper run, the one that accidentally released a day early because, well, it didn't. I mean, technically it released a day early, but it released it at the same time of the other episode. thanks to YouTube being all kinds of awesome. So there was some confusion with the question of the day, and again, I don't blame everybody there. That's totally YouTube's fault. And Dad's ring's kind of whatever. But I said, where does Tainted Keeper fall on your individual character tier list? And lots of people putting him at the very tip top. Shout out to Colin Walker 6804 as always, and thank you, Colin, again for reposting some of those questions that I was unable to get to last week. Colin said, easy S tier character, so simple yet versatile, fun to play, and always certain to be a good time. Absolutely, I could not have summarized Tainted Keeper any better than that. He is a blast to play. The very definition of fun in Isaac. I know it's crazy to think, right? But being able to say like I love this character is an understatement when it comes to Tainted Keeper. And Tainted Keeper is one of those. It's just one of those times where you're just like, you know what, this feels good. Like this really does feel awesome to play. We actually have another chance here to throw. We should throw this this angel deal here. Look at Old Bandage kicking butt. The reason being that we want to throw this angel deal again is because we've already been inside of the angel deal. So there's no reason for us to go back in there. And why not get another pretty much guaranteed angel deal on the next floor? I mean, actually, it is guaranteed. There's no reason not to. But going back to Tainted Keeper, Tainted Keeper is just an absolute fun time to play. I highly recommend it being one of the first items, or one of the first characters to unlock for those of you who are playing as in Repentance, because it's just a fun time. I mean, there's a reason why he's ranked so highly and widely at the top for a lot of people. So thank you, Colin, for that. The next was upvoted comment. There's actually a tie for a bunch of them, but essentially I'll read the top three tied ones. Somehow we actually got the angel deal anyway, which is kind of annoying, but we get Pageant Boy, which is just super duper great. And someone recently asked me, why do I not like Pageant Boy? They're like, it has no downside. It's literally just money and it doesn't hurt you. What's the complaint about? I'll tell you in a moment. And Curse the Blind. So let me get to the comments real quick from last week. The second tied for a bunch of second and thirds most upvoted comments was user IN7SC5FOF. It's just a bunch of numbers and letters. They said, I might say A tier for me. Yes, he can be really powerful in no time, but I'm bad at not taking damage, so I die a lot. And yeah, that's true. You can't really, or I guess you can, but you shouldn't really hold it against the character, though, because I mean, it's not Tainted Keeper's fault that you're taking damage. I'm just saying. But I get what you're saying. There's other characters that might be a little bit easier to play. Oh my goodness, we get Red Stew, which doesn't actually give us an HP up, but it does give us a full heal. Of course, Curse the Blind is kind of a big bummer. A little bit upset that we actually got that angel deal on the last floor with 23%. Because now, as you see here, now we don't get the guaranteed angel deal anymore, as we go straight to a split deal with the devil deal or angel deal, which is not exactly what we want. We want angel deals because we don't want to give up our HP, and we also like having the defensive options. So yeah, so A tier, I understand. Again, you can't really hold it against the character if you're the one taking damage, but I get what you're saying. And then last but not least, we had another couple of people who had the same amount of upvotes. One of them was Ronnie J. Shout out to Ronnie, and frequent commenter on the daily videos. Ronnie said, I don't have him unlocked. He seems like a very fun, unique character overall, from starting with multi-shot to your health. Or sorry, I'm actually reading someone else's comment. Well, sure, that one's from Craig Reese. Starting with multi-shot to your health being coins. I can't wait to unlock him. Thank you, Craig. I accidentally read your comments. There you go. But Ronnie said S tier because he's full of risk and reward. The reward is almost always worth it. Abso-freaking-lutely. I love me some Tainted Keeper. And then we also had Jexels. who said S tier definitely having a large amount of money is a strong advantage in Isaac, as well as being able to heal yourself each time you kill an enemy or pick up a coin. You can easily get overpowered quickly and effortlessly. Get yet another HP upgrade, and none of these are going to be damage. I mean, one of them might be the mark and stuff, but yeah. Like, our damage is still okay right now because of Red Stew, but the fact that, like, don't get me wrong, I'm glad that we're getting HP. HP is absolutely 100% required on Tainted Maggie, but I'd like to get some kind of other stats at this point. We get a Bone Heart, which we might as well take, but these Bone Hearts are not long for this world, let's put it that way. I will fill them so we can go into the Curse Room. Oh, yeah. We'll bandage stopping again and paying out for us. So yeah, we need some damage here. By damage, I mean permanent damage. But going over to the person who asked about the complaints versus Pageant Boy. The main reason being is that it's a boss item. It's a boss item that gives you literally something that you can just find in one room. And even at the worst payout, which I believe is 7 cents. Ooh, we can get ourselves a double boss rush, y'all. Be an easy double boss rush too. Because we already have a hermit card. Although I'm gonna use the hermit card. Well, maybe I shouldn't use the hermit card. We can get back there. But the reason why I absolutely hate Pageant Boy, and I think it's one of the worst items in the game, it's almost laughable how much of a slap in the face it is to the player. Whenever you fight, you're battling through a level and you get all the way to the boss, you're ready for an upgrade, you need some movement speed, you need Tears Up, and then you get 7 cents. It's just a giant bummer of an item. And the fact that it's a boss item means that it takes away a valuable, one of the most, if not the most valuable resource of upgrades that you have, in that it will take you another floor just to possibly get what you need, right? So it completely usurps and overrides a possible stat up that you really truly needed. All for 7 cents for like stuff that you can get from like, a freaking temperance machine. Somehow we didn't lose the Bone Heart. We still got it. And being anemic. None of these are great. I guess I'll take Play-Doh Cookie. None of those are fantastic. And then we need to... I'm gonna grab the Fool card now, just so we don't have to look for it on the next floor. And then we're gonna go to the item room, and then use the Forget Me Now, then just do it again. But hopefully that makes sense. It's not that Pageant Boy has like a downside, like real technical downside, if you want to do it, like finger air quotes downside. It's just that it is totally... Dude, what is that? What's going on here? It's that it totally is just a waste of a boss item. Something that could be very easily more useful than just 7 cents on the ground. We got a planetarium as well. Mercurius would be awesome. It's Soul. Soul is not great. Soul, I mean, it shows you where the boss room is, I guess, but like it's not great. Like, yeah, you do get a nice buff after you beat the boss, but then like, and yes, it does clear curses too, but it's kind of like, eh. There's a much more better supply of other planetarium items that you would want. Okay, so we want to go straight to the boss here. Ironically, thanks to Soul, we know exactly where we need to go. There was no way we're gonna hold on to that Bone Heart again. And honestly, I'm actually happy with that because I don't have to micromanage trying to keep it alive. Now with Dad's Key, we can get into the boss trap room, but we're gonna wait on that because right now, all eyes are going into the boss rush for a second time. This is actually our second double boss rush of this week, which is insane. I mean, how many times have you seen me get a double boss rush? Like, not often. This is a rare occurrence. And as you see here, we've already lost Red Stew. We still have Yum Heart in case we need it. There we go. Clears the curse. Get our second boss rush, and boy howdy, Zodiac or Fate's reward. All right. We can get into the curse room. Let's go check out the boss trap room since we're here and we're at full HP. Well, that's our second mom item. Okay. The butt knife is not too bad on Tainted Maggie, but it's kind of ridiculous that we haven't been getting any stats. Well, truth be told, I mean, we are still plowing over the game here, despite having 0 damage upgrades. And, you know, of course, Revelation's a big part of that, too. That was just fun. Save ourselves 2 keys. No, I'm going to stick with Dad's key, thanks. Car battery doesn't really do anything for us, but I guess we'll take it. It's a funny game. Yeah, that's real funny game. Okay. I got to go find a temperance machine. Now, there is a sack room here. Of course, there's a spike room. There's a spike rock right there. There's a sack room, but I don't know if we're going to be able to generate enough. Well, does car battery affect Yum Heart? Yeah, we got a 0.3 damage upgrade. Does car battery affect Yum Heart? The passive Yum Heart. There are hearts here, so let's find out. It does. Okay. Okay. Down with that. Oh, I'm not down with butter. Go back and see if we can get a full charge here. Come on, bro. Okay, we got another heal. Grab these hearts, meow. Soul Heart ain't gonna do anything for us. Excuse me? Did that angel just appear out of nowhere to everybody else? Because he sure did to me. I guess is that he was frozen by Dad's ring while spawning in? I don't know. Isaac's a weird game, man. We need to get more money. I was hoping that we were going to get some money. Obviously, we got to keep her sack, so we want to try to capitalize on all this HP. We could actually use some soul hearts here on the temperance machine. I want to get some more movement speed. I want to get some more damage, and potentially we could just skip straight to Lamb, which I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to either. Okay, we need one more charge on Yum Heart. Okay, so we'll go swing by and pick up that soul heart, and then we'll ding the temperance machine a few times. And that should give us enough money to at least get maybe an item or two, potentially, for some stat ups. We gotta hurry, though, because obviously we're bleeding out here. That old bandage, you need to be doing lots of that. Not really what we wanted at that moment in time, but we at least got some more movement speed and HP. Okay. So only 14 cents. Not really enough to buy anything. 10 cents fine. We gain movement speed, damage, a little bit of range. Do that. Looking at the map. We could potentially go fight the boss trap room. We'll do that if we need extra charges on Yumheart. This should teleport us though, I think. Death card anyway. Yeah, there we go. So it's rare we get to go to Lamb this early on. Do I? Yeah, we'll take one. I'll take one damage upgrade. And this is the wrong way, so we're just gonna use Dad's key. Now that is kind of the nice part about having 9-volt and Dad's key is that we almost have like a sort of a room skip on lockdown if we ever need it. Okay, you're seeing how fast our damage, the damage piles up here. Serious? So, in order for us to go south, in order for us to go northeast, we have to go southwest. Is that what you're telling me, game? Old bandage hooking us up. I bet we have to go northwest to go northeast. Yeah. Yeah. Isaac Maps, everybody. It's nice having car battery work with Yumheart. I will say that I probably knew that it did synergize with it, and I just forgot. Saving Dad's key for a room in case of we just get one that I just don't feel like doing, like double cage or double adversary or something. Trying to maintain our HP balance here. I don't really want Lacrimgy, thanks. I gotta say, Dad's ring is doing a nice job at keeping everything at bay. Anarch's cookbook, nah. Dad's key's actually been low-key kind of helping us out in a big way. There we go. Look at that. Actually, we can just go straight to Lamb. Go straight to him. We ain't scared. We have a full charge on Yumheart. We don't have a lot of damage, but, you know, doing stuff. Old bandage pan out. Bullying Lamb, just beating him all around. Look at that. Look at that. Maggie just face tanking Lamb. No problem at all, man. Yeah, we'll do a victory lap. Second seed, Zulu 6-8, Delta, ew, Zulu Kilo. Yeah, it's not often that we get to see such a very fast Lamb kill, but it is kind of neat. It's cool to see. Probably should save that for the sacrifice room. That's another nice thing about Maggie is when you get that HP rolling, man, you get a lot of opportunities for sack rooms. Gonna leave that charge key so we have one for Yumheart. An orbital would be nice. Orbitals are always nice. Maggie, you get the full scope of the level here. And we don't have enough money right now to make a run at the shop with Keeper's Sack. We might. A little bit. Depending on how much money we get from this sack room. Looks like we got Aquarius from Zodiac. Okay. 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 Obviously, would love to get Nun's Habit from the shop. That would be amazing. E-piece, and I was actually kind of hoping for money there, so a little bit sad face on that. It really is kind of remarkable how much we're dominating the game right now, despite not really having incredible stats for damage. But it does go to show you like just how well damage scales on Maggie. And Revelation also, of course, has been a big help too. But at the same time, like, man, we're smoking the game, and we don't even have like, how did we miss? We don't even have like, you know, amazing stats. I don't know how we keep on walking around the things that I'm trying to hit. So we get Charge Baby, which did give us a nice little stat boost, courtesy of Keeper Sack. And, yeah, the Play-Doh Aquarius is kind of trippy. Just looking at it is kind of weird. Curse the Blind, hooray. We get Mom's Coin Purse, which is a second Mom item. Don't mind if I do. The dime here. Probably don't need this Eternal Heart, but I'm going to take it anyway. And we might as well go straight to the boss since we know exactly where the... We know where it's going to be, and it's also going to give us a full mapping. So we get to fight Blighted Ovum again. Got a Ninetales. We get an Angel Deal somehow. I don't know how we did that, but... Eden Soul, huh? Yeah, we can stick with Eden Soul, I guess. I mean, I was actually kind of enjoying Dad's Key. It was a good item for us. Steam sale would be pretty awesome. That would allow us to afford to get more items to buy, courtesy of Keeper Sack. Still have another sack room here too, so man, oh man, I can't even kill things. Dad's Key is freezing things, and then we're just mowing them over. Excuse me. Fortune cookies, fortune bad. I know. Hey, look, we've had a revelation, no pun intended here, on Fortune Cookie recent weeks. Fortune Cookie is not the S tier, God tier item it once was. I hate to say it. Also, in case you're wondering, hang on a second, buddy. Hang on now. I thought you had Curse the Blind. What kind of hacks you running over here? Remember, Cletus, Soul actually clears the curse. There we go. There we go. There's the good stuff. There's the good stuff. Oh, baby. Now we're ready to buy with some serious power. Get a 0.48 damage upgrade, make that 0.72 damage upgrade, double our bombs. Hierophant card, why not? Temperance Machine would give us more. Would give us more money. We have a reverse devil card here. World card. Nah. I'll take the devil. The reverse devil card gives us a free mom kill. Not that we need the help, obviously, but it's still kind of nice. And I will say, you know what? I didn't give Soul enough credit because Soul also is going to give us a full heal after every single time that we kill a mobs or a boss. So that's pretty powerful. I'll put a little more respect on Soul's name. Soul bad guy. Let's go straight to the boss here. No, I've never played Guilty Gear. I mean, I played it, but I was horrible at it. I'm just bad at fighting games all around. Well, the Keeper giving us a cardio coin here. Looks like we got Leo as our Zodiac item. Kind of don't want any of these rotten hearts. Get more help here. Take the eraser. We might as well use the eraser. I'm not going to stick with it. And that's why the eraser's okay. It's just, it sucks when you miss. Let's try to get rid of these rotten hearts because I do not want them. I don't even know how we got so many. You be careful actually, because the rotten hearts will burn off real quick. It's actually in our best interest to let this rotten heart go away. Oh, then that one turns into a rotten heart? How does that work, game? Okay, good. It pushed the rotten hearts forward. That's what I wanted. There we go. Angel Deal. Gonna be a Tears Up. Use Eden Soul, and we get Crown of Light and Eucharist as well. Unfortunately, Crown of Light's totally useless with Maggie. Basically because we're always going to be not at full HP because of her passive and the way that she kind of bleeds out. Of course, it's a reroll machine. Should have gone in there first. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. I was like, nah, there won't be a reroll machine inside of the secret room. Not with us having Eden Soul. We're never that lucky. Nah. There's darkness. Only reason why I know who Soul Bad Guy is because of Guilty Gear. The long time ago, in a stream far away, I was playing Epic 7, a Korean gacha game, and they did a really awesome collab with Guilty Gear. And Soul was one of the characters that you could get. He was actually really good too. I don't know if Soul is still meta. I haven't played Epic 7 in a very long time. Stuff. Give me all of it. Give me all of it. Full card. World card's gonna spawn a crawl space. Joker card. Got an Emperor card as well. As this is rags, might as well take it. Battle Mushroom is going to give us an HP upgrade, but slow us down a little bit. Also give us a damage upgrade. Our damage is kicking right now. The Dad's Ring plus Tainted Maggie is actually pretty amazing. I like having the ability to just freeze stuff whenever we actually get like close to stuff and they don't deal damage, because we're technically speaking, whenever they get frozen by the mom's eye effect, or in this case the Dad's Ring effect, they don't count as aggroed. Another HP upgrade, might as well. My God. Wow. That just shows you how much damage we're doing. We're killing things before they even have a chance to like come out of the ground. Yeah, this was a much more powerful Tainted Maggie run than the last one. Although I think that one did go to Beastie. But this one here, like we went straight to Lamb. Like, this has been just pure domination. Talking about the new like streak goal, I wanted to do something different, and I was talking about it on stream this week, where I mentioned was like, man, what did I do with like which runs have I reacted to, quote, reacted to of mine? And one of the ones that I never did, and I was surprised to learn that I never reacted to the very first ever Rebirth run. So I figured it would be a fun time to step back 9 years ago and go see exactly what I did right, what I did wrong, and just how much the game has changed. I purposely didn't go and spoil it. Bookworm here. Also get Seraphim transformation. Honestly, give me Book of Secrets. We don't need the Bible. We're gonna destroy Mom anyway. Yeah. Take Holy Light. At least with the Book of Secrets and Car Battery, we're going to get basically an instant full mapping plus compass. We'll get some kind of mapping plus, like, navigation, which is what I want. Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see how much the game has changed, how much I have changed as far as, like, my philosophy on, like, Isaac's strategy and just the overall, like, feeling of, or feeling towards certain items and stuff, because I truly don't remember what we did. The only thing that I do remember from my very first ever Rebirth run, because I made a big deal out of it at the time, was my very first item that I ever got in Rebirth, in the Rebirth era, was Anarchist Cookbook. That's the only thing that I truly remember from that. Oh my goodness, we had Capricorn. Wow, this is like the perfect Tainted Maggie build. Just going pure red hearts. And we're starting to really rack up the damage too, which is real nice. Imagine if we end up getting something like Bloody Lust. Diplopia. I guess Diplopia's fine. Only buying this stuff for the Diplopia would have been nice for that angel deal. That we could have gotten an Angelic Prism or something like that. Wow. Get another Eternal Heart too. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how much stuff has changed. 9 years ago, man. 9 years. I've been doing a daily Isaac run since July 2nd of 2019. Or sorry, 2014, not 2019. 2014. At least I think that was the date. And another Eternal Heart, but we are chock full of HP here, Isaac. We do not need any more HP on this character. In fact, you could even say that we can't get any more HP. This is about as perfect of a Tainted Maggie run as you would want. Super fast. I think we have maybe Ares. It's hard to tell. Pepper Cables is kind of whatever. It does help us out with our Yum Heart charges, but let's be honest, we haven't needed our Yum Heart charges in quite a long time. I mean, my Reflection does give us damage, but it's not enough damage for me to warrant screwing up our Revelation, as we are still actively using Revelation pretty heavily here. For heart, we don't need. All right, boss rush. Show us the good stuff here. Wow. Absolutely crushed. And yeah, Salvation is pretty dang good on Tainted Maggie. Get ourselves Host Hat and then Backstabber. Oh my god. I don't think anything's going to live long enough to actually be affected by Salvation. Well, never mind. Take that back. You're seeing all the hearts here that we have left over from old Bandage. This is insane. Maggie truly turns into a living god after a certain point. That's what it's these kind of runs that really kind of demonstrate. The last 2 Tainted Maggie runs we've had really does demonstrate just how powerful she is. And I really don't think that a lot of people understand, like, truly how good she can be. But you should definitely play this seed. The seed plus the victory lap, because, man, this is... we don't have, like, one-shot knockout damage necessarily right now, but we are just embarrassing the game. We're making this into a joke. Don't have to care about that Eternal Heart, obviously. And we get Rune Bag. Wow, that was one of the fastest. That's one of the fastest boss rushes you're ever going to see here. And you know, she's just that good. Full heal just in case we need it. So again, it goes back to what I was talking about at the very beginning of this video. We're kind of coming full circle now, where, you know, if you have the red hearts to deal damage, or at least the red heart forgiveness factor to recover the HP that you're spending by running into things, she becomes immortal, essentially. Pretty much unkillable, because you're always going to be able to get that money, or to get that HP back very easily, because just how high her damage is, right? But if we didn't have the ways that we do to recover our HP like this, we would not be dominating so hard as we are. The pros and the cons, you know? Take the Spear of Destiny just because we might as well. We haven't had to use Yumheart in quite a while. Now I could, potentially I could go and try to get like more money for Hush's shop, if I could speak. But I think it's pretty well established that we're going to be fine on this run. And I am going to take the soul, only because it's going to give us the little repulsion field that might help us against old Hushy. Not that we need it, of course, but you know, old Hushy can inflict a large amount of damage pretty quickly if you're not careful. Hangman, which we don't care about. Fortunately, we can't put any money back in the donation machine. Halo Flies, Linger Bean, Continuum. It's kind of whatever. Again, we're not really using our shots, so. All right, here we go against old Hushy. So where we're going to really make back our HP is going to be against old Hushy's ads that he spawns. There we go. Battery Baby just dropped us a full charge. Appreciate that. And the ads. Yep. Yep. That'll do it. It was an instant recharge on Yumheart from jumper cables, by the way. Thank you. Appreciate it. Play-Doh cookie. Luckily we have full immunity to explosions. we go. Down goes old Hushy. Look at that. Get a full heal anyway. Nah, we'll hold on to the Emperor card. I mean, it's just like, how can you see that? How can you look at that fight that we just did and not be like, wow, that looks damn fun, you know? Okay, for us to go east, we must go north. As written in prophecies. Now imagine if we had Maggie's bow. Maggie's bow is also top tier. Getting all hearts to heal double of what they're worth. Yeah, that is OP. That is OP. Okay. As we'll play another sack room here, maybe we'll get Sacred Heart, something fun. The hearts are actually just totally useless to us. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm not even firing anymore, really. We don't need to. Mom's Pearls is gonna give us the Mom transformation, which is actually pretty nice with the butt knife. So what a run, man. What a run. So much fun, and that's going to lead us to today's question of the episode. We already had a where does Tainted Maggie fall on your tier list? But in your opinion, what is the best Tainted Maggie item? Is it Maggie's bow? Is it Birthright? An Old Bandage? Old Bandage did some work tonight. So post them in the comments down below. Remember, everybody, the top 3 comments will get you read on next week's episode. And thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Again, I do apologize if my comments, if you look down there, you don't see a pinned comment. That means YouTube just didn't save it. I don't know why that happens. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But either way, I want to say thank you all very much. I hope you're looking forward to the new like streak goal. Let's get this video over 3,000 likes to kick off the brand new week here in the Mosh Pit. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank some patrons of mine like Iuri Cunyo, Steve with a Lisp, G Ben Gaijin, and Caitlin Bennett. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find over at patreon.com/Sinvicta.